remember Joanne, the engineer, Joe, the environmental sociologist, and Jonathan, the microtech specialist. Well, they have just co-invented a sustainable way of taking people up the mountains. Now they are very fond of collaborating in an open way and know that in order for things to be clear, they need to put them down on paper. So how do they do it? Why are they successful in their open innovation adventure? Well, they have built a common understanding of the problem, about which each person has specific knowledge, as well as ideas on how to solve it. The puzzle of the invention is still in pieces, but with their different competencies and ideas and their will to collaborate, each of them can contribute to the success of the innovation journey. This might even lead them to unexpected places. It is still a long way until they reach the last station of the trip, which is their product or service being on the market. Once the ideation phase is completed, they will have to develop prototypes and test them. But how have they found each other to ideate and embark on this journey together? Or asked more generally, how are the right people brought together in open innovation? And how do they know that they are the right people for each other? The team members must want to be part of it and have a common framework for trust building. Let us see what that means in practice. Lawyers would say you need contracts and regulations. We say you need rules to play the game. Those who want to join the game should be able to. Those who do not want to must be able to leave. In order to have the right people on board, people sharing the same philosophy, you might want to formulate your fundamental collaboration values in the form of a community manifesto. Open innovation is not only about the problem you want to fix, but it is also about mindset. Then you need the people to facilitate and support the innovation journey and put the manifesto in place, such as the operator or the game master of an open innovation program. This is a wise move, as an operator is independent and helps to avoid any conflict of interest among the collaborating parties, and can open up new contacts and financing streams. Likewise, the operator allows the initiators of the game, Joanne, Joe, and Jonathan, to embark on the innovation journey on an even ground, just like anyone else, with their own very valuable knowledge, skills, and ideas. The operator also enables the team to join a community and to share their idea with other people within the programme and get valuable feedback under the cover of the rules of the game. And then you will need the rules of the game. These include terms of service, which are consistent with the values expressed in the Community Manifesto, that every participant has to accept before registering for the Open Innovation Programme, before getting the ticket to the journey, one would say. These terms of service may be quite generic and standardised, like instructions or a list of requirements. They provide important clarification on eligibility criteria to the community, on behaviour within the programme and the roles of the various parties and openness standards with respect to intellectual property. The terms of service provide important predictability on how the game can and cannot be played and prevent predatory behaviour when sharing knowledge on ideas when multiple teams come together to ideate, co-design and get feedback on their idea. The journey towards new ideas or solutions passes via different stops and different degrees of openness, or modes of collaboration may be applied to these in order to maximise creativity and inventiveness. The more libre or open a project is, the more contributors and contributions it might receive. That being said, no one needs to go full disclosure on everything, as different moments on the innovation journey offer different opportunities for openness and closeness. In our case, Joanne, Joe, and Jonathan may decide of the degree of openness for their journey to each next stop, which are prototyping and testing, and finally, marketisation. They can do so in a service agreement, like a non-disclosure agreement or NDA, or decide to apply more open licenses to parts of their pre-existing assets or background intellectual property. Joanne, Joe, Jonathan and their partners will also need to foresee the way they collaborate. What happens to the jointly developed insights or foreground intellectual property? This might be dealt with through a range of agreements, including team agreements, collaboration agreements, consortia, or even more creative solutions such as pop-up associations. If you want to know more about how to set up your agreement or team rules, you will find all the necessary examples here.